Our next reader is Melissa Snider, who is an aspiring writer and full-time librarian at Coulter Elementary School in Jackson. And I believe she's a native of Jackson.
This is really fun. Thanks everybody for coming and celebrating Words from Wyoming. As Connie said, I've lived here a long time. My family moved here when I was 11. And so I grew up partly in upstate New York and on the lakes of the Adirondacks, and partly here in the shadows of the Tetons. And this is actually an Adirondack poem from a Wyoming writer. So it's called Covered in Quiet. My father flipped the boat on its belly slick into the lake. Dip, pull, lift, trails of drops left tiny wreaths on the surface. If we talked, it was about the plain day. Another blue sky, the pines, breath of wood chips and mud exhaling. Maybe he told me how, as a boy, he earned the right not to wear a life jacket by learning to swim across the lake. I could swim only to the platform, breathless if I looked too long at the trunks below, stretched from known to unknown, where the water turned cold and black. Imagine the journey across, skin of pollen parted for my bare arms, thinking of nothing but breath and forward and not of the deep. Surface split by our boat quickly healed in its wake, words spoken then covered in quiet. Paddles hit bottom, snagged a tangle of lily pads before the bridge. Hoping for crayfish, we pulled cages by chains twisted with stems up from the visible bottom. I don't know whose fault it was, but we leaned at the same time, either to gather a trap or to reach for something fallen. Slow motion approach of surface, then submersion sped our disorientation. Flailed arms and mouthfuls of water in spite of our shallow swim. We stood, my father up to his thighs and me to my waist. Laughter lapped over the shock, sudden as the hammer of a woodpecker's beak. We counted to 3 and turned the canoe, stepped dripping into its cheerful bob, and pulled our paddles toward home. Pooled in the bottom of our boat, water mirrored the sky. Our ordinary conversation, our unexpected baptism.